S2 students, welcome to your TV lesson for mathematics. The topic is one of what you should have done or you would have done if you were in school. And it's 2 lessons. Today we're going to have a look at the first lesson. The objectives will be mainly for the average student, whereas there are some aspect of differentiation for the more able student. Welcome, enjoy the lesson. The topic, multiples and factors. The objectives, know and identified composite, prime numbers, multiples, factors, product of prime factors. We're going to do a bit of revision on the type of numbers you've done, and then we're going to move on to the main lesson. So the learning outcome, identify multiples, factors, prime of a set of numbers. Calculate the nth multiple of a given number. We'll explain a little bit more about the nth later on. Find the highest common factor, HCF, you may have heard that in S1, of 2 or 3 numbers. And as I said, it's going to be 2 lessons, and today is the first lesson. Now, the list of learning outcomes I've given, it's for the 2 lessons. Okay. Now, to start off, every maths lesson, or every lesson you have, there is always a revision, or what we called a starter. So get ready for your starter. It's just about 2 minutes starter. Okay. Give a number which belongs to the set of numbers given, and you also need to give a reason for your answer. For example, if you take A, you have to give a number that belongs to the set 24, 38, 50, 68, 72, and you also need to give a reason why you think your answer is correct and it belongs to that set. So you've just got about 2 minutes to do that. You don't need to copy the question if you don't want to. You can just write your answer and your reason. Now we have a look at the answers. So A, if you've written any even numbers, okay, and you know you're right if your unit value of your even numbers ends with a 0 or a 2 or a 4 or 6 or an 8. Remember, it's the unit value. If it ends with any of those 5 digits, then you've got the correct one. Even numbers is the reason. B, it's odd numbers, okay, and odd numbers has got unit values ending with unit values of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So if you've got any number there ending with any of those 5 digits in the unit, you've got that correct. The next one, C, multiples of 5. Yes, they are multiples of 5. Okay, and multiples of 5 have got unit values of 0 or 5. Okay. The next one, it's factors of 30, some factors of 30, not all, but some factors of 30. Okay, and the missing value here is a 6. So if you've got 6 as your missing value, and then you've got that correct. And the last one, okay, the set of numbers, the 4 numbers there, it's prime numbers. Okay, I'm sure that some of you may have seen that in S1. Prime numbers, and prime numbers have only 2 factors, 1 and itself. Okay, excellent. Now we go on to the main part of the lesson. Okay, so in this set of exercise, we're going to have a look at multiples. You've done multiples in primary, you've done multiples in S1, but we're going to put all that together so that the next lesson we look at how we use all of that. Okay, so the next exercise is looking at, we'll change it a little bit to make it a little more interesting. Okay, you've got the multiples of 6, you've got the multiples of 5 in that Venn diagram. And I've given you a set of numbers. What you need to do is classify those numbers on the Venn diagram. You have to write each number once only. Cannot repeat the numbers. Each numbers once only. Okay, have a go at that. Remember, you're looking for all multiples of 5, all multiples of 6. But if you look at, there's a region where the 2 are oval. Okay, they sort of overlap. Yeah. Have a go, fill in the numbers. One of the circle or one of the oval there should be the multiples or multiples of 5, and the other one all multiples of 6. Okay. Well done if you've done that. Excellent. Okay. And here is the answer. So multiples of 5 would be the 5, 15, 25. Multiples of 5 only. Multiples of 6 only would be 6 and 12. And you can see that in the middle, okay, the green region, what does it represent? The green region, they represent the common multiples of 5 and 6. Common. So 30 and 60, they are 2 multiples common to 5 and 6. 30, 60, common to 5 and 6. Well done if you've got that. Okay. Take another one. Same thing. This time you're looking at multiples of 8 and multiples of 5. And you've got a different set of numbers. Multiples of 8, multiples of 5. Remember, there is a common region, okay, where the multiples of 8 overlap the multiples of 5. Have a go, fill in the regions. Excellent, well done. Okay, let's have a look at the answer. Okay, so if you've got this as an answer, you've got multiples of 8 only, that's 8 and 32. Multiples of 5 only, that's 15 and 25. And the common multiple, that region, oh sorry, it should be green, but that region in the middle is the common, that's the common multiples of 8 and 5. And the 2 common multiples, that's 40 and 80. Excellent. Okay, so we've looked at the common multiples and we've looked at multiples only. Now, a lot of you students, when you are asked about multiples, you link it with times tables. Well done, very good, that is correct. We're going to have a look at the nth multiple. Nth stands for any number, okay? So we're looking at any number which is a multiple of a given number, okay? So we're going to look at only one number, one number which is a multiple of any number. So we call that nth. You've seen that the term nth when you did sequence, which is the nth term. You've done that, so the term is not new to you. So we're going to calculate the 5th and the 10th multiple of the following number. The 5th and the 10th number. Yeah, the 5th multiple and the 10th multiple. Okay, so that's the table. So we're looking at the multiples of 3, 6, 10 and 42. But we're not going to list out the multiples of 3. We want only the 5th multiple of 3 and the 10th multiple of 3. Okay? So for each one, when we go to B, you want the 5th multiple of 6 and the 10th multiple of 6. Similarly, we want the 5th multiple of 10 and the 10th multiple of 10. And finally, a bit more challenging, the 5th multiple of 42 and the 10th multiple of 42. Okay, some of you may be able to do that in your head. Some of you will need pen and paper. Avoid calculator. Okay, well done if you've done that. So if we just go back, so the 5th multiple of 3 is 15. The 10th multiple of 3 is 30. 5th multiple of 6 is 30. 10th multiple of 6, that's 60. 5th multiple of 10, 50. 10th multiple of 10, 100. 5th multiple of 42, 210. And 10th multiple of 42 is 420. Okay, well done. If you've got everything correct, well done. If you've been able to get everything correct in the multiple, the 5th multiples of all of them, okay, that's very good. Okay, if you've been able to get the 10th multiple of everyone, well done. Okay, but how did you get it? How did you figure out? Explain how you figured out the answer. How did you figure out, the last one is quite challenging. How did you figure out the 5th multiple of 42? Okay, so for those of you who've said, or you've thought about it and says, multiplied the given number by the nth multiple. Okay? Multiply, so it's all about, remember at the beginning I said you may know by now that multiples, they are linked to the times table. So it's multiplied the given number by the nth multiple. And an example. So for example, multiple of 42. You want to find the 5th multiple of 42. So multiplied 42 by 5. You want to find the 10th multiple of 42, multiplied 42 by 10. So that's very easy to do. Okay? Number of students, you ask them to give you, 10th multiple or 6th multiple of a number. They start writing from the beginning, from the first multiple. So now we know, note it down, practice. You want to find the 6th multiple of 3. What would you do? Excellent. If you said multiplied 3 by 6, very good. You want to find the 20th multiple of 8. The 20th multiple of 8, what would you do? Well done if you've said multiplied 8 by 20. Excellent. So we're going to practice after the few examples I've given you and what we've just done. Let's see whether we can have a go at this exercise. Okay? So you're going to find the 6th multiple of 50. What is the 6th multiple of 50? What is the 20th multiple of 12? What is the 15th multiple of 20? What is the 7th multiple of 15? What is the 100th multiple of 41? Remember what we've said in the previous exercise? Have a go at least. Everyone should be able to do at least the first two, or at least any two. Okay? If you've done all of it, bravo. So that's your answer. Okay? 6th multiple of 50, so you multiplied 50 by 6. 20th multiple of 12, multiplied 12 by 20. 15th multiple of 20, multiplied 20 by 15. 7th multiple of 15, multiplied 15 by 7. 100th multiple of 41, multiplied 41 by 100. Well done if you've done that. Now, for you to remember, you need to practice. Just make questions of your own. That's what mathematicians do. Okay? Write out questions, similar questions, and you practice. You're doing two things. You're practicing the skills of nth of a multiple, and also you practicing the skill of your multiplication, your long multiplication. So that's also will help. Try to avoid calculator. Avoid calculator. The only reason I'm telling you that, because these questions, if they do come up, if they are tested or assessed, it will be on a non-calculator paper. So practice without your calculator. Well done. Okay. I'm going to leave you with what we've just done to sum up. Okay, to sum up the work on multiple, I'm going to leave you with a little table. Now, what you need to do is to complete the table. The result from this table will be the start of our next lesson. Okay, so I'm going to put up the table. Just make a little sketch of that table. It's Carroll diagram. You've got multiples of 5 and multiples of 6, not a multiple of 6, and on the row on top a multiple of 5, not a multiple of 5. And you've got a set of numbers, 4 numbers that you have to put in there. Similarly, the bottom one, you've got top row, multiple of 10, not a multiple of 10, multiple of 7, not a multiple of 7. And again, you've got 4 numbers which you're going to place on there. Okay, so that's going to be the starter for the next lesson. It helps you to practice your multiples. I know that some of you've done it, but it's just applying the skill in terms of the revision. As I said at the start of the lesson, we're going to use all these ideas of the multiples into our second lesson to look at a more advanced aspect of it. Okay, so we've done the multiples. The next bit we're going to look at it's the factors. We're going to put the two together in the second lesson. We'll have a look at the factors. It's just a little revision on that one. Okay, so we're looking at the factors of 30. I've given you the factors of 30. It was also in your starter, okay, factors of 30. How do you put them together to get the factors? So 1 times 30 gives you 30. Okay. 2 times 15, 30. 3 times 10, 30. 5 times 6, 30. So you can see that you've got a pair of values, okay, which will give you the product of 30. Okay, and these values, they are called the multiples. They are called factors. They go in pairs. They are called factors of a number. Okay, so 1 times 30 equals to 30. So 1 and 30 are factors of 30. 2 times 15 equals 30. So 2 15 are factors of 30. Okay, so now let's have a look at 40. We want the factors of 40. I've given you part of it. You need to fill in the missing numbers. So you need to complete this multiplication so that we get the factors of 40. So 1 times what gives you 40? 2 times what gives you 40? What times 10 gives you 40? What times 8 gives you 40? Okay? So if you've done that, so it's 1 times 40. They are factors. 1 and 40, factors of 40. Second one, 2 times 10. So 2 times 20. 2 and 20 are factors of 40. Next one, 4 times 10. So 4, 10 are factors of 40. Last one, 5 times 8. 5, 8 are factors of 40. So what are the factors of 40? 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 20, 40. They are factors of 40. Yeah? So list the factors of 40. There they are. We've just been looking at factors. Okay? Now we're going to look again at factors and then something a bit more to do with the common. Earlier we did the common multiples. Now we're going to have a look at common factors. Now remember, the factors, they don't start with the bigger number. Okay? They start with the smaller number. 1 is a factor of all numbers. They go in pair. The two numbers multiplied will give you the other factors of the number given. Okay? So be careful when you work this out. Okay, so you've got the factors of 18 and the factors of 30, and you're only going to use numbers given to you. Okay, only numbers given to you. So you're going to work it out and then fill in. You can only use a number once. Fill in the table or fill in the region on the Venn diagram. Fill in the region on the Venn diagram. Okay. Answer. So this is what you should have. Factors of 18 only. So that's 9 and 18. Factors of 30 only. 5, 10, 15 and 30. And then you've got the overlap of the 2. 1, 2, 3 and 6. They are the common factors. Okay? They are the common factors. Well done if you've got that. If you've got all of them correct, excellent. If you've missed out a couple, okay, try and overcome that in the next example. Okay? Now we're going to have a go at a couple more questions. Okay? Factors of 40 and factors of 45. You only use the set of numbers given to you. Fill in the regions. A number must be written once only. Well done. Let's have a look at the answer. Factors of 20 only. 2, 4, 10 and 20. Factors of 45 only. 9, 15, 45. And common factors, that's 1 and 5. Common factors. Okay? Now, the two exercises we've seen, or the two examples we've seen, they are for all students. It's going to be a little bit more challenging when we come to the next two. Ember, average difficulty. Okay? You need to figure out the missing values there. You've got the factors of 24 in one circle. You've got the factors of in the next circle, so you need to figure out what is that what is that. And similarly, the next two, it's blank, and you need to, everything is blank. With a couple of numbers, you need to figure out the answer. Okay, that's for the average difficulty student. I would suggest that if you well versed, you're able to do it, have a go at both. Okay, for a student who find it a bit still struggling to do it, okay, you're not very confident yet, have a go at one. And you can note the next one for you to try later on. So have a go at the first one, because already you are given the factors of 24. You only need to figure out the next one. Okay? You can note the second one and you'll have a go at it later on. But those who are very confident, have a go at both. Got a couple of minutes given for you to do that. In the next 5-10 seconds, we'll have a look at the answer. Okay, let's have a look at the answer. What have you got? So that's the missing. So it's the factors of 42, okay, and factors of 24. So that's what needs to be filled in. And the next one, factors of 28 and factors of 16. So that was for Amber, more or less average difficulty. And we're going to finish off with master one, a challenging one. Okay? But before we go into the challenge one, just let's round up what we've seen. So we've looked at a little bit of recap on basic types of numbers, which were the even, the odd, and we've looked at factors and multiples and common factors, common multiples. Okay, we've looked at the nth multiple of a number, and then we've looked at factors of a number. How would you determine a factor of a number? That's something for you to think about it, and we'll take that up again. How do you determine a factor of a number? That's something for you to think about, reflect about, and we're going to take that up in our next lesson. Determine a factor of a number. So I'll leave you with today's lesson. I'll leave you with a challenge. You've got the numbers given below. What you need to do is to fill that up on the two Venn diagrams. Okay? Each number should be written once only. Ten more seconds. I would suggest that if you're very good, you can have a go at both, okay? But it's good enough if you have a go at one only. Okay, so that's your answer. So you've got the two circles there in the first one, looking at factors of 12. And in the second one, we're looking at factors of, looking at factors of 12 and 21 in the first one, and looking at factors of 10 and 75 in the second one. Okay? I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. See you next time for the second part on factors and multiples. Stay safe and be good. Revision is very important. Thank you. See you next time.